Welcome back to the WSXM channel. You don't know, my name is Stefan. So, there's a big protest brewing going on actually in Ghana, and it's about gold mining pollution because there's so much illegal gold mining going on in Ghana that it's destroying the water supply in Ghana. But take a listen to some of the protesters and what they're going through, and then we're going to elaborate a little bit. Take a listen. Boom.
Protesters took to the streets, carrying placards demanding an immediate halt to illegal gold mining in Ghana. The only weapon carried by protesters were bottles of polluted water from the Para and Birim rivers, two of the biggest in Ghana, to highlight the devastating environmental impact of illegal mining.
It's like poisoned air. That would be the next worst thing. This is poisoned water. You can't check every tomato you buy. You can't check every onion you buy. It's going to get to everyone, right? And we already don't have a proper healthcare system. Do we really want to play this game? Is this a game you really want to play? Like, this doesn't end well for anyone.
They also want the government to release anti-mining activists who were arrested in September during demonstrations. Labour unions are vowed to join the nationwide protest strike on October 10th in an attempt to force authorities to take urgent action.
We'll demonstrate and demonstrate and demonstrate and demonstrate. So our leaders realize that the issues we are talking about are critical issues. We'll keep demonstrating. Today will not be the end of it, or we'll protest and protest and protest.
For being involved in a legal protest and being arrested is not fair. Because those who are supposed to be arrested are in the bush. They are doing the galamsey. They are destroying our water bodies.
So President Nana Akufo, instead of worrying about his citizens, taking care of this mining problem and this high pollution problem, he's worried about helping the French and Americans to attack the Sahel nations. That's where his mindset is at. Instead of worrying about your people, get off Icarus and this attacking of the Sahel nations. Worry about your people's livelihood. Look at those pictures there. That's the water supply. That's rivers being contaminated by miners, illegal mining. And if illegal mining is not something that is here today and gone tomorrow, they know where they are doing this illegal mining. So the government can step in and not only ban it, catch all these perpetrators of who is doing this. And this is most likely external forces paying local people to do these things. And this is going to have a big problem in the future when it comes on to entering the water stream, going underground. It's going to affect farms. It's going to affect wildlife. It's going to affect animals. So they're going to be in turn eating and drinking from the same polluted water, eating polluted meat, polluted vegetables, damaging farms, and that's going to have an internal effect on the human body in the long run. And as one of the protesters said, Ghana already don't have a good healthcare system. So in every way you can look at the situation, it's bad for the people. But Nana Akufo don't care. Why? Because this is his last term. He not going for re-election, so he does not care what people say or do. They are even arresting protesters instead of going arresting those illegal miners who is causing this havoc on the country's economy and wildlife. You're the arresting protesters. We show you where these corrupt puppet mind leaders are, where their minds are at. They don't care for the people. They play and act and talk this big game, but their actions prove otherwise. Hence the reason why they're all attacking Abraham Churi, Mali, President Tishani, not Mali, Niger, and Tishani, who am I missing? Asami. Those are the three leaders' names of the who live in the country. They are working for their people against the colonizers and the colonists, while Ghana President Nana Akufo is working for the colonizers and the colonialists against his people. See the difference? Now you see why they are so much fighting against these leaders. Because they are being showed up and not and being shown that they are worthless basically. Ghana have a gold refining factory. But what? They cannot refine gold and sell it on the market. Why? Because they are not certified. They have been for the past 4 or 5 years they're trying to get certification to stamp their gold to sell it on the open market. Only South Africa and the entire African continent can certify their own gold. No other country can do it because the England is the one who released this certification, and they are not gonna certified not any African nation unless they have invested interest or they don't have a choice. And that is where the gold mine boom, illegal mining is so big because over $31 billion was stolen in gold from Ghana alone last year. And there was a report I did on a video where most of this gold is funneling through the Arab Emirate, which is EU. That's not EU. What am I saying EU? The Arab world in Dubai and in places. Those are what where African golds are ending up. Billions and billions of dollars of worth of these golds are being sold illegally there. Oh, and also Western countries are doing the same thing. They're stealing this gold out in drones in UN vehicles. I did a video on this a while back where when the UN drone crashed, they found gold unprocessed gold in the drone. And in the UN vehicles, so they also found gold. But they say you don't hear about this thing because the media hides it. Because what? We cannot see it on a lower level like in channels like mine. We get this information about the major companies like the CNNs, the Fox, the France 24, all those big nation BBC. You don't hear these things on these nations, on these things because it's being hidden because it's being run and controlled by government leaders. So they will always hide these things from us. But there's billions of dollars stealing annually from African countries and unprocessed gold. Because if these countries get certified and can stamp and print and refine their own gold, ooh, the world will suffer in the sense economically because they don't have produce their own gold as African nations. Anyway, so let me know what you think about this, about the protests going on in Ghana about the mining, illegal mining of gold and the pollution problem that's on a rise and damaging the environment, the eco environment, the damage it's gonna cause to wildlife, fisheries, um, for our local fishermen, farmers, fruits and vegetables, landmark. Anyway, it's gonna be a mess if this continues on the path it's going. So let's see what happens and what comes of it, and who's gonna be involved in the next election if they're gonna actually step up and do what they're supposed to do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Boom.